Hi everyone, welcome to today's new video. So as you guys can see from today's video, we're gonna be talking, and I'm actually excited to record this because I feel like you guys are gonna see like a slightly different side to me. They're really about how I feel, and I think sometimes how I feel is a reflection of how I think. So it's not, I understand this might not even be a very popular opinion and a lot of people might not agree with me, but this is honestly how I feel about this like topic and conversation, and like the mindset and opinions that I have towards this topic. Because I feel like, you know, a lot of the time, especially like the narrative that comes from women, it's directed towards one way, but I I do think my personal opinion is quite the opposite. So forgive me if you're not comfortable with that, but this is just something I wanted to share, and you know, just really to give you guys a different side of me, and you know, you guys can explore my opinions. But all opinions are welcome, obviously. Like, I'm not trying to really say any opinion about this is wrong. I'm just trying to, you know, share my opinion with you guys. So yeah, let's actually just let's start. I do want to talk about three things that are quite important regarding this topic. So the truth about dating, okay? You click this video, so you want to know something, you want to know the truth. And this is, like I said, this is going to be a lot from like my personal experience. So it might not necessarily like be similar to yours, but it is what I think at the end of the day because of my experience. So the truth about dating, I feel like there's a very realistic like side to dating that is not embraced enough when it comes to the dynamics of a relationship and how a relationship really works. And I don't know why it's not embraced, because to me it's like, okay, this is normal. This is the norm. This is how things actually work like everywhere else around the world. I don't know why some parts of the world like are just choosing to like go about this differently, and it is causing some problems. It's quite a problematic way of thinking, and might be causing the like tensions and conflicts we see when it comes to dating and relationships, especially when it comes to the Black community, because that's obviously the community I belong to and like, you know, I'm from. So I will be speaking like from that experience, of course. So the first thing I want to say is, first of all, I have a quick story time, and I'm going to make it quick because it's relevant to this like conversation, and I think it will like provide a good foundation to just like kind of build the points that I do want to discuss on. So here's my story time. Basically, I was in my calm kitchen just chilling, and I was with my flatmates, and I was just like using my phone. It wasn't anything like, we were just chilling in our kitchen. And one of my flatmates had her boyfriend over, like staying for like a few nights, you know, not a big deal at all. And it was basically like dinner time. Like, it was time to eat. Okay, it was time to eat. So she would normally cook dinner for herself like every other day, because she's Asian, so she cooks like a lot of fresh food. So she would usually cook her meals every night. And one of our other flatmates, who like, I met these two flatmates, okay? They already knew each other in the first place. So they're like good friends, like really close, and obviously they know each other very well. But in this scenario, I was in the kitchen with them just chilling, and one of the flatmates was saying that, oh, like she doesn't know why she's cooking. Like, she doesn't know why, let me just call her A. She doesn't know why A is cooking for her boyfriend. Like, she doesn't know why she's doing wifey things when she's not a wife. Oh, why are you cooking for him? Like, but yeah, why do you have to cook for him? And I was very confused because I didn't really understand where she was coming from. And I was like, what do you mean? Like, should she not cook for the person who has come to stay with her? Like, I literally made the argument to flatmate B, who posed this whole like comment in the first place. I literally made the argument to her that, see, if this person wasn't her boyfriend, let's say it was just a friend that came to stay with her and she was making dinner for her friend, it wouldn't be an issue. So why is it that when labels come into the conversation, people are quick to not want to give people what they deserve? First of all, this guy is a human being. Second of all, he's her boyfriend. Third of all, he's come to stay with her. The least she should do is be like making sure he's comfortable, making sure he has what he needs, because obviously it's not his kitchen, so he can't just walk into the kitchen and like start grabbing stuff. He doesn't even own anything in the kitchen. Like, he's come all the way over to visit her, so of course she's going to have to do what she can to make sure he's comfortable, including eating. Okay, we're all human beings here. Like, we actually need to eat every day. So I really didn't understand the argument or the logic flatmate B was using. And I got it wasn't really a serious conversation, but she felt really strong about her opinion and like the mentality she was using to come forth with her opinion. And I just didn't really understand it. And I was like, our girlfriends not allowed to like cook or do something nice for their boyfriends? Like, I don't understand why when a girl takes up the role of being someone's partner and she's doing something nice for her partner, it's like, why is that seen as a bad thing? Why is that seen as a taboo? Like, this guy has come all the way from God knows where to visit his girlfriend, and it's time for dinner. Like, is she going to not cook? She's gonna cook for herself. Is she not going to cook for her boyfriend too? Not to mention he's her boyfriend. Like, he's her partner. Like, I really didn't understand it. She made it look like she was feeding a stranger. She made it look like she was feeding a stranger, and I was just like, okay, you're not making any sense. And yeah, you just stop talking, because first of all, flatmate B doesn't have a boyfriend, so she's not in a relationship. So maybe she doesn't really understand the reality of what comes when you're actually, of what happens when you're actually in a relationship, and the dynamics, you know, what really goes on. Because I think for a lot of people who haven't participated in relationships, it looks very fancy or very like happy all the time, 24/7, happy-go-lucky. Yes, I mean, you know, it's me and my partner against the world. But then there's things sometimes that we want to do for our partners because maybe they actually deserve it. Like, sometimes, can we stop to think about the fact that, okay, I'm going to cook a meal for my partner because they actually deserve it. Like, her boyfriend has come all the way to see her. It's not every guy that's in a relationship that is traveling to go and see his girlfriend. Unfortunately, that is actually not the case. Like, it's not every guy that's out here doing that. Okay, this is just not every guy. He's come all the way to see her, so the least she can do is just cook him a meal. Okay, she was not doing the most. She really wasn't. And she was like, oh, she's not a wifey. I was like, what do you mean by wifey then? I don't understand, because she's his girlfriend, like, she's his partner. And when we say wifey, we're basically referring to being a girlfriend or being somebody's partner. Like, it's not that she's his literal wife. Like, come on, we're like 2021, like, no one out here is trying to get married right now, and she's his girlfriend. Like, who's to say in 5 years they may not be engaged? Like, she's well on her way to becoming a serious life partner, aka a wife, if they do decide to stay together for a long time. You know, that's a very possible situation, and I think they have been together for a while in the past. I'm not really sure about their history, but it was like, why are we hating out here? Like, I didn't understand. There was no beef, there was no issue with the whole thing, and I think she was more like teasing her, but at the same time, flatmate A was getting kind of like, she didn't really know what flatmate B was saying, and I kind of was on flatmate A's side, because there was no logic with flatmate B, and it was just like, where does this mentality come from? Like, why is it that girls don't understand that sometimes, or just generally, like, whoever, men, women, it's okay to do something for your partner if you feel like they deserve it. Like, there is nothing wrong with that. So can we stop like making it seem like a very strange thing to do when we're just trying to take care of our partners? Because if the girlfriend now doesn't cook for the boyfriend after the boyfriend has come to visit the girlfriend, then honestly, what's the point? Like, then there's gonna be an issue, then there's gonna be a problem, and then blah 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 blah. Like, she was nice enough to do that for her partner. And I feel like a lot of Black women, like, especially the young women, because I'm very young myself, so I'm just around a lot of people that are my age, who some are in relationships, some are not. But I really noticed that a lot of women like fear treating their partners, like they fear treating their men, and I don't really understand why. And this brings me to talk about going 50-50, so splitting the bills, and, you know, just being realistic in general, splitting the bills when you're in a relationship. Okay, like, we just need to really get to the bottom of this, because I'm really tired of some people having very unrealistic expectations and very unrealistic standards. Like, no one out here is a celebrity. I'm just gonna say it. Like, you are not a celebrity, you are not a queen, you're not made out of gold. I don't understand why you feel like you deserve like you're entitled to so much when you barely even know a person. Okay, a guy's asked you out on a date, and you go on the date and it's all cool and stuff, and you continue to see this guy for a while. I think a lot of the people, like the women around me, feel like they should never really contribute to the bill of a date or contribute to the courting process of like a potential relationship. And I don't understand why. It's like, how else are you gonna show your value in that relationship? And please don't come and tell me, oh, like, I know my value, I know my worth, and so therefore I'm just gonna sit down and look pretty. Because any girl can do that. Like, any girl can just sit down, get her makeup done, look cute, go out, and she's looking like every other girl in the building, because like any girl can just do that. But how are you really showing that you can actually be a reliable partner? You can be a partner who is supportive and dependable, because it's a two-way thing. Relationships are a two-way thing. It's not a one-way thing. And I just think a lot of people are under the impression that it's a one-way thing, and that all the time the guy needs to be in the position to provide those things that we need. Like I said, we're not celebrities, so I don't understand how some of us have put ourselves on this very high pedestal. It just doesn't really make sense to me, because at the end of the day, girl, sis, you're like the most average person out there. I'm so sorry to say this. I don't know who didn't tell you, but I'm average. The person next to me is average. And I say this in a very, like, I'm not even trying to be mean. I say this in a very realistic, like, way. Like, there's nothing wrong with that, because at the end of the day, we're just people, we're just human beings. No one's better than this other person because of whatever. That's what I'm trying to say. Like, you and I are just the average person right now in society. Like, we're not, at least, okay, I'll speak for myself, I'm not a celebrity. I'm not really someone of like high royal status. So this entitlement that comes with a lot of people, I just don't get where it's from. Like, to me, sometimes when women just speak about, oh yeah, he has to do this, like he has to pay for all the bills all the time, everywhere we go, like it doesn't matter, he has to pay for everything. I'm like, it just shows me the way you think. It shows me your mentality, and it kind of gives me like shallow vibes, like ignorant, like just not humble, like really not trying to be so, really not trying to really show the way they value other people. Because the way you can show your value is by showing other people how you value them. Because when you show other people how you value them, that reflects your value and the way you see yourself and the way you value yourself. And I don't know if enough people think about that, because so many people are quick to say, oh, I know my worth, I know my value, girl, I know my, like, and it's like, but do you? Because then you're not even willing to do the most basic things at the end of the day. Because honestly, when it comes to a relationship and it's time to it's time to like get the bill at a date, and the bill is quite high, and there's two of you there, and you do have enough to split the bill, it really shows the type of person you are. And like I said, like, what is wrong with showing that you're able to support that person in that specific moment in time? He's been asking you out, he's been showing you he's interested, he's been taking you to the cool spots. What's wrong with you reciprocating that energy? You know what I mean? Like, let's step out of the box here. Like, let's get creative, let's be open-minded and understand that this is a two-way thing. Because I'm just so tired of these unrealistic expectations. Because, girl, like, hello everyone, this is not a fairy tale. This is not a fairy tale. This is real life. Like, stuff is happening. Sometimes people need support, and we need to try and do our best to offer that support, because in that way your value is reflected. You know, it's not all the time like it's time to sit down and look pretty. Sometimes it takes a little bit more to sorry guys, my SD card got full. So where was I? Yeah, you need to find other ways to show your value, because the next girl next to you can simply put on some makeup, a cute dress, and, you know, take the time and effort to look cute and step out as well on a date. Even in the early stages of dating, like, there's literally nothing wrong with that. I think that helps to set you aside. That would help to set you aside from a lot of people, because it's not every girl that is trying to, you know, split a bill, or, you know, trying to show or find ways to be supportive, or to find ways that, okay, they do understand the reality of a relationship. They do understand that it does take two, and it's not realistic to rely on one person to always be to have the same responsibility every single time. Now it's different. Okay, if you're dating the prince of Saudi Arabia, cool. Like, okay, yeah, that's a whole different story. But no, like, a lot of us are not. We're not in that position. And so I just think we need to get a bit more realistic with the expectations and standards we have of dating. And especially the, like, I come from Nigeria, so, like, and I live in Lagos, which is a very populated city with a lot of, yeah, people. And I don't know, I think the younger generation have developed a society that is not very realistic, in my opinion, especially when it comes to the dating scene and the way people go about, dating and forming relationships. A lot of the women here, I think, the young women that I do see around me, are under the impression that the guy they're seeing has to, I think a lot of them are anti 50-50, like anti going 50-50. And, at the end of the day, if that's what you believe in, cool. Like, if you have your own, like, reasoning for doing that, fine. But I don't want people to be under the impression that that is the normal thing to do, because it's not. Like, let's just be honest here. Like, if you go to the UK, if you go to America, if you go to, like, France, Germany, if you go to even, like, parts of Eastern Europe and Asia, like, you'll just find that the everyday average person, like, is splitting the bill with their partner. Like, it's not, I mean, you have those, like, cases where, okay, the man, like, covering a bill, but then I think usually that's when that man has established a family. Like, he's the head of a family and he's doing his thing as the head of the family, not when you're in the early stages of a very, like, young relationship and you're young as well, like, age-wise. Like, no one is gonna wake up and be established overnight, and really have all of their, like, financial responsibilities in the bag. Like, no one's gonna just wake up and, like, have that sorted out, especially when, like, you're at the ages of, like, 23, 24, 25. You're still figuring things out. Like, you're still quite young. You're not even 30 yet. So I don't know, sometimes we're just putting unnecessary pressure on, like, our male counterparts, and I think we do that a lot in Lagos, where I'm from. And to me, it's just, like, it's very unrealistic. And I don't know, like, I think sometimes it does tell a lot about the girl and the way she thinks and her mentality. And yeah, I've heard a lot of guys and how they feel about this, like, topic. And yeah, they all share this perception that, they're just looking for someone who can actually support them, someone who can actually embrace a realistic dynamic the realistic dynamic of a relationship, which would probably include going 50-50 on some bills, on some dates, which would include, showing the guy you're also interested by, asking him to go somewhere with you, like, offering ideas for dates too. Like, that's fine, that's normal. I just think it needs to be encouraged. So that's basically all I wanted to say about this topic. Like, let everyone just embrace their partners and embrace what they feel like their partners actually deserve, whether that's cooking, whether that's buying them gifts, and if a girlfriend's gonna do what she wants to do for her boyfriend because she feels her boyfriend deserves that, why are you complaining? Or, like, why are you hating? Why are you being such bad vibes? Like, why can't she feel like if she wants to do wifey duties for her boyfriend, she can do wifey duties for her boyfriend? Like, what is this, like, energy around this issue of, like, women submitting to men? I think it's such a, like, feminist, it's come a lot from, like, the feminist feminism narrative and the whole theory of feminism, and to an extent it's toxic. Okay, I'm not gonna sit here and act like it's not, because it is. Yeah, I just think we need a bit more balance. Like, I speak about balance a lot, and everything needs balance. Okay, that's really all I want to say. And yeah, I could go on and on, but I don't want to. I don't want to, so I'm just gonna end it here for now. And yeah, hope you guys enjoyed this video and what I had to say. Hopefully you guys did learn something. So if you did like this video, be sure to leave a thumbs up and please don't forget to subscribe. Okay, don't forget to subscribe, and I will see you guys in the next video. Thank you so much for watching. Bye.